Turn this way. Let me see.
Come on, take a picture of that shirt right there. Come on, y'all, there it is. All right, let's get these seats back. There's an after party. All 12 tribes are invited. Go ahead, Brother DePaul.
There's an after party, Israelite unity, victory after party at Harlem Bistro Lounge. It's a block from here. The address is 2070 Adam Clayton Powell Boulevard. Okay, come support. It's only $10 to come in. There's gonna be a little refreshments, a little food, and we're gonna be having some performances. We're gonna be having a good time. We're gonna do from 10 to 1 o'clock in the morning. We're gonna, you know, it's a victory after party. We got this already, right? Shalom.
All right, there you go. Where's my brother at? Come on up here, Supernova. How many of you ever heard of Brother Supernova? Queen of Four. Come on, man. Let's give it up. Let's give it up for Supernova.
Oh yeah. All praise is due to the divine. I just want to say, wow. It took us thousands of years to get to this moment. I want you all to really look around and just realize it's a blessing. We have all bloodlines represented right here. I'm talking about everybody's in here, all, whether you recognize it or not. We got the Almighty Hebrews in here. We got the Hebrews in here. We got the Nation of Gods and Earths in here. That's right. We got the Almighty Zulu Nation up in here. Okay, we're roll call. We got the Moors up in here. We got the Rastafarian brothers and sisters up in here. We got all bloodlines up in here. And we know I got to represent the Zulu Nation. We got the Almighty Bloodshed up in here. You already know Almighty Peace. Peace, Damu. And we got our Lokes up in here. You know, salute to my covenant family. You know what I'm saying? So my point is saying this. I'm Queen of Fuwa's older son. They don't know Supernova Islam. Also known as OG Medicine Man. And I just wanted to say I'm humbly and spiritually grateful to be here with all my Hebrew family and my Kemetic Hebrew family. And this is a divine opportunity we took us thousands of years to get to this moment. All the sperm and egg traveling and our DNA for us to be in this room. There's so much potential. There's so much potential coming from this bill. So I'm going to give you a call and response real quick from Queen of Fuwa, because you could not be here. I want you to repeat after me. I don't care what side you want. Repeat after me. Separation for the weak. I guess we're not here. I guess if the Almighty's in this room through our voice, I want you to repeat after me, family. Separations for the weak. Unity's for the strong. Unity's for the strong. Well, the Almighty Hebrews are saying it. What's up, Hebrews? One voice. Come on, blood. Separations for the weak. Let the Harlem streets feel our spirit. We are here right now. Separations for the weak. Unity's for the strong. Come on. Separations for the weak. Unity's for the strong. I want to give you that. Hotep, shalom, and salute, family. Hold on. See, that's what I'm talking about. See, my brother get it. He get it. See what I'm saying? That's why it don't bother me to throw on this shirt right here. Separation is for the weak. Unity is for the strong. I had on the Kemetic shirt all halftime, the first half. This side, we working this side for the second half. Alright? Because we are all together, one family, although we have different belief systems. Make no mistake about that. When the police shoot us down, he ain't gonna ask you, are you a war? He not gonna ask you, are you a Hebrew? He ain't gonna ask you, are you down with that black power stuff? Alright? So pour me a shout out for my brothers. Black power for my brothers over here. And we're gonna just do what we gotta do. Pour me a shout out! Black power! Let's get it on. Let's get ready to rumble with this now. Brother Divine, where you at? Testing 1, 2. Here you go. Here go the other mic.
Can't even sit there with the people.
You ready?
Malak. Malak.
So how the debate going so far?
The debate is lovely, my brother. The people is loving it. I mean, yo, this is one of the greatest joints that we have ever done right here, man. The greatest debates that we have ever done.
It's real crowded in here, brother.
And we're going to keep it crowded, too.
I appreciate it, brother.
We here today, and he united with the Hebrew family. He used to go into the Hebrew temple on 125th back in the day. I remember that. Dr. Khalid was about unifying. So with all of this is happening, and being that Hebrew means to cross over, we're going to cross over to our family and show them love. I need everybody to get on their feet right now. Get on your feet right now. Just like you got up for the Kemet family, we're getting up for the Hebrew family. Get on the feet right now and show your love. Show your love to the one, the only, the Hebrew. Machine, come on, the Hebrew. War machine. Hebrew, 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 Hebrew.
Yo, King.
Hallelujah. 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 Hashan, they must have forgot who I was.
Absolutely.
It's time to retire a couple of more brothers, man.
Yes, indeed.
Let's go.
All right. Now they took that long time. They thought they was gonna take the air out of our time. Now I'm gonna ask y'all to forgive me if I drop some F-bombs. Forgive me if I say an F-bomb. Cause the light is a light, motherfucker. Give me the Yankees. Go to the Yankees. Now, if y'all can remember, we had a conversation in the street, okay, about money and about where our money goes to the people. Now, why is it that Polite spends his money with George Steinbrenner with the New York Yankees, who's one of the last major league teams to put a Negro on it? Okay? Why is it that Polite has on his Gucci belt by Gucci only who's a goddamn fat? Huh? Support the European man. Where's his black dollar? Where his dollars at? Okay? We want to come up here with information, but he want to bust shots. I'm here to hit with an atom bomb. Go back at your senses. Get back. Now, if y'all notice, if you look at what Polite got on, he got on Giuseppe, right? However you pronounce it. That European nonsense. Okay? So let's see what he said to Polite. He said, thanks, Polite, for all your little nigga pennies. Okay? Where's his black dog going? Huh? All this money that he got from y'all, guess who's going to? Giuseppe. Guess who's going to? The Steinbrenners. Guess who's going to? Gucci. Think about that.
Let's go.
Comedic culture.
Let's go.
Okay? It's on you, man.
Let's go. The video won't play, but in the video, Z York talks about before he gets locked up, he says that he has forsaken God and it's time that he returned to God. And he said when he taught against God, he was possessed by demons. And he said only a demon would teach against the Creator. And he said, now that I'm against my demons, I'm going back to my Creator. And the guy says, what about the pyramids? He said, how are you going to question me when I'm the one who taught you, nigga? So now, one of the problems we have in the Kemetic community is that everybody that's teaching this stuff really don't believe in it. The problem with our brothers over here is that they were about to shed their elders and kick them to the curb. And the reason why they're going to do this is because they know Malachi Z. York is no longer a Nubian or believes in Kemet. They know Dr. Ben is still a practicing Jew, Reggie will tell you. Ray Higgins is a snitch.
Histories of Herodotus. Here then they reckoned 106 years during which they say that there was nothing but evil for the Egyptians. And the temples were kept closed and not open during all the time. These kings of the Egyptians, by reason of their hatred of them, are not very willing to name them. Nay, they even call the pyramids after the name Philetus, the shepherd, who at this time pastured flocks of those regions. I want you to look at this carefully, because you was taught that the Egyptians built the pyramids. I know you can't read, but the sources of histories of Herodotus, brother. The 128, brother. Don't start that foolishness with me this time. But even Sheikh Ati-Diop in the introduction of Exodus, or Kemet Revisited, he states that the Egyptians didn't even build a pyramid. Even Ivan Van Sertima himself said the Egyptians didn't build the pyramids. So why have you been lied to all this time? Let us go. Continue. 5. What is 5? 5 has come to be called the golden ratio because there is a certain group that had the ability to bring forth information and build pyramids. Let's listen. 5 has come. Let's go back. 5 has come to be called the golden ratio, God's number. It is a proportion found in nature, the human body, etc. 5, 1.618. For examples of phalanges on your fingers, the middle phalange is 1.618 times bigger than the first one. And the first and last phalange is 1.618 bigger than your middle phalange. Watch. Using the Pythagorean theorem, we come up with the golden triangle with the height of the square root of 5 based on 1 and a slant of 5. Taking the ratio of the base of the height, we get a ratio of 0.636. Cheops pyramid has a base of 77.9 at a height of 480.6. Taking the ratio, now mathematicians follow along, taking the ratio of the base of Cheops pyramids and the heights, you again come with a ratio of 0.636, showing that Cheops pyramid indeed is a golden triangle built with 5 in mind. Continue. When we look at the numbers 2 in the Bible, it gives us the number of the 12 tribes surrounding the tabernacle. You have the east, 186,400, west, 108,100, north, 157,600, south, 154,500. When we look at these numbers of gods, dividing them by thousand simplicity, we get 18.6, 15.45, 10.1, 15.6, 157.6, which equals 603.55. The time of the sun to revolve around the galaxy is 22 million multiplied by the total of number of gods 3 times is 0, 603.55, 603.55, 603.55 equals 22 million. The planet characteristic cubes of the orbit times around the sun sums all the planet characteristics to 25.235. Next slide. This is in your scriptures now, because when you keep on reading, the whole measurement for the pyramids is in Numbers, the 2nd chapter. So when you talk about the Egyptians built the pyramids, you're lying to yourself. Eastern numbers requires a relationship, so we can continue to go on to the next slide. Let's go, next slide. Next slide. Next slide. This is the same slide my brother Alwan Yasat did. So if you were brothers in the Kemetic thing, there's another subject that speaks about Egyptians sleeping with animals. But you as Egyptian, you're going to cover that up because you're not about what the practice is about. You just want to hear some fly stuff and don't care about morality. Next one. Let's go. Next one. Next one. Next one. Now here you go.
All right, here we go. Now notice they talk about the white man, right? Now the Egyptians was the first ones to wrestle naked. Now if you notice right here, you see the Konsula, right? Or the Herula. Is that Shaka up there? That must be Shaka. Let me come over here. Next one. Next one. Come on. Check this out. The Cayum Papyrus Kemetic contraception. Okay, it says it suggests a history of crocodile dung. Doodle! Goddamn doodle goes in a woman's vagina. Okay? But yet Egypt is supposed to be so scientific. So clean and
All right, here we go. Hatshepsut, a female leader in man's clothing. Let's look at this. Based on ancient sculptures, the queen, Hatshepsut, who became Egypt's first female pharaoh in 1479 BC, ruled for 20 years. Sat on her throne bare-chested in a man's kilt with a false metal beard and a headdress adorned with cobras, usually worn by a male pharaoh. So now we have one of the first dykes in history, and we are pushing this, and we think this is okay. Egypt is America. That's Hillary Clinton right there. She might have got converted later. Let's go to the next slide. Oh, explain this. And this is the truth. They're not supposed to be on this computer right now because they're Googling away. But there is no rules and nobody's watching this. Polite got this rigged the way he wants to, so let's keep on going. It appears that Akhenaten and Amun, father, may have attempted to father children with his first 3 eldest daughters. It is suggested that Anu, second's oldest sister, may have died giving childbirth. This is deduced from the scene found in the royal tomb, which portrays vivid displays of the occurrence of a woman dying through childbirth. It is almost likely that Akhenaten also fathered children from his other 2 daughters. Why are we condoning this? Is it because we like the golden arcs? We like the pyramids that much? When you can worship the Statue of Liberty. We about morality here. If you condone this, then I hope that you and all of these people that follow this garbage go down with it. Let's go to the next slide. Why was incest practice? According to Stanford University, your brother liked universities over here, but I'm going to tell you something about all the universities he named. Every university and degree is passed down and given is ordained by the Pope. So he's telling you about the curriculum system of a slave master, that in order for you to come up here, you gotta be a slave. Shaka Almo say, I only accept degrees. I don't listen to nobody that don't have a PhD degree. But Shaka Almost left high school at 10th grade. And y'all like that, right? Y'all say Israelites don't deal with the information, they only deal with people's behavior. You damn right, because the information is supposed to make your behavior better. And that's why you got this crappy conscious community that's about taking people's money and not doing nothing with it. When I asked them to go to Ferguson, nobody wanted to go with me. One of these conscious brothers, let's go. According to Stanford, go back. Let's use this. According to Stanford University classic Professor Walter Scheiders, one reason is the incest sets them apart. Royal incest occurs mainly in societies where rulers have tremendous power and no peers, except the gods, since gods marry each other, so should the royals. All of these maladies are thought to have been results of inbreeding, which is father and mother. His father's sister, Zaha Hawass, which is an article, he writes great articles, he actually goes against the Bible at times too. Wrote a National Geographic. In my view, Tutankhamun's health was compromised from the moment he was conceived. His mother and father were full brother and sister. Now see, the difference between what Polite said in the beginning is what people of the lower class did because they were hungry, but these are the people that are the rich, and this is what they're doing. They're the rulers. This is your Ma'at. I'm going to show you. Go ahead. Albert Zink, scientific director of the Institute for Mummies and the Iceman in Italy, uses genetic fingerprinting and tests mitochondrial DNA, which is inherited only from the mother. On this evidence, he showed that Tutankhamun's mother was Akhenaten's sister, according to a Sunday Times report by Fiona Keating. Y'all push this. Go ahead.
Okay, this is me. This is me right here. The call to text spelled 635. Ray has no power over me, for I am he who takes away his breath. A tomb has no power over me, for I calculate between his buttocks.
Now they're gonna try to translate it some other way, but look at the glyph. It's a penis. They're gonna try to make it a scientific penis, a metaphysical penis, a philosophical penis. That's a happy, simple penis. That's a heavenly penis. Next slide. All right, your boy, Jonathan, is about to translate Metal Netta. Watch. They say that, yo, Israelites, it's not your fault. We didn't have books for y'all to translate. Y'all want to tell me for 60 years y'all been reading this nasty stuff and only decided to change the translation when we started bombing y'all? But here goes Jonathan, who's about to break down the Metal Netta. He says, no, my plans are to learn the language before I take a trip to Kemet. What language is he talking about? I thought he's writing a book for this. The brother he want to learn the Metal Netta before he go, but he's putting out a book when he don't know the language. Wow. That's his writing, that's not my writing. That's not slander, that's his slander. Go, next one. Go ahead, big brother.
Oh, my bad. I was over here having a conversation with the Kemetic brother. Okay. The call to text 700, the one that said, we got you on that. Let me just get straight to the damn point. His penis between the buttocks of his son and him. Now what man is going to put his penis between his sons?
No, but guess what? They're going to have a translation. They're going to change it. Because guess what? Everybody that Dr. Big quoted, when he quoted his book in the Metal Netta translations, he was quoting Budge. Shaka Amos quotes Faulkner. All of these people have the similar and same translations about the homosexual occurrences in Egypt, but they're so upset they're about to change history and everything, and they got this magical book that's going to make every gay Egyptologist happy again.
Okay, here's another text. It's on their walls. So it says, if there be made a slaughtering against me in the Rebel Festival. Now this is a festival where they didn't have gay things, okay? It says this, against me in a striking of horns, then will a swelling occur in the eye of the jet, then I will swallow for myself the penis of Ray and the head of Osiris. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? It's on their wall. On their wall. Wall, yes,
Let's go. Break this down, Shaw. Please show them something.
Here we go. They are very obsessed in Egypt with penises. And you'll notice this. Here's the thing it says, right? It says the bull, they take the bull's penis together, representing the bull's degenerative system. The arm of the jet was a figure. Now it goes on. You see here, this is an actual bull's penis wrapped around bull. Okay? Now, let's see if they kept this in Kemet. Now they're going to show you. Now notice the symbol. Go to the next slide. Let's see if they got it. Here we go right here. Let's go. You see the penis? The bull penis right there. Okay? Left in the Ethnosphone temple, and here, right in Dendra, you have their god with the bull's penis in his hand. Okay?
No, that's not a bull's penis.
No, yeah, right.
That's what Chicago's bull's penis is different, fella.
No, brother. You know what I think that is? I think that's Jonathan's computer. I don't know.
Yeah, it's electronic, it's spiritual. It gotta be a thumb drive. That's what it is. They invented the first thumb drive.
You right, me wrong. You right.
Go ahead.
That will make me disqualified. Go ahead. Next one.
Hold on, what we brought to the debate was tag team. You notice they ain't gonna tag team, right? All right, Egypt is so deep, right? They so deep. They deeper than every society. Their science was above everybody. Mummies revealed ancient Egyptian heart disease epidemic. Right? Researchers decided to tackle the problem head on by performing a CT scans on the heart of 52 mummies. Out of 44 mummies, they were surprised a bit by just how much arteriosclerosis were found in ancient Egyptians who were young. The average age of death around them in the mummies was 40 years old. This is what you taking us back to? But come on, we got more than this. Ancient Egyptian lifespan. Now that's not accounting of other mummies. Now while there were some Egyptians that lived until their 90s, like King Ramses II, the average life expectancy was mid-30, 33 years old was being the estimate of the average age. Who wants to go back to living to 33 years old? Let's be serious. If their knowledge was so deep, why they couldn't save themselves, man? Use common sense, man. Use common sense. Hotel. Most people unlike to live over the age of 40. Let's go to the next one. Ancient mummies show even the rich Egyptians. Here's the first human sacrifice you see, but notice you see 4 arcs above the piercing of a man's chest and the bowl catching the blood, right? Here, go to the next slide. Okay, I got it. Sacrifice of the early kings serving for their afterlife. You can read it. We don't have much time. We have 200 and such slides, not enough time to get it. But I want you to look at this. Is it okay to kill your servant because the Pharaoh died so somebody can serve his lazy ass in the afterlife? Is that spirituality? Y'all, if that's spirituality, that's why we're struggling in the conscious damn community, because you don't know what spirituality is. Ain't no serving no God, no afterlife and being enslaved. Go. Smiting the enemy scenes of the mortuary. Go ahead.
I don't understand.
Skip it. All right. Ancient Egyptian carving shows the counting of hands. Now, this is my man, the Magi, tried to show you something. He said, in ancient Magi's, we took hands and heads. Right. He didn't tell you about the penises they were taking, did he? That's right. He didn't tell you about he didn't tell you about the hot dogs, the Sabrits. He didn't tell you about the real Hebrew nationals and where they come from. Now, here you go. Why is the priest bringing it inside the temple and counting hands inside the temple? Let's go to the next one. All right. You don't need to go. You don't need to. Don't disrupt me. Keep going. All right. Here you go. There's a priest in the front counting it in front of Ramses. Then there's a priest that's counting it. He's the scribe. He's the one who's taking it and recording it. And there go a hymnist behind him that's singing the anthems of the penis. If you look at the D right there, right? You see the loop of the hand because he's forming an arc. Talk about it. He's starting to form an arc. I'm going to show you. When you see it in the first picture, when they were taking lives, you see the arc. Because an arc does mean life, but it don't mean the life you think it means. Let's go. Here go the penises right here. A pile of penises. If you can look at it, some of them are filleted. I am not lying to you. There you go. Go ahead, next slide. Next slide. There you go. Next slide. Next slide. All right, this is about the festival they had. They used to celebrate the missing penis of Osiris. This was a good holiday. Hopefully you can get this off at your job. Next slide. Here we go. All right, next slide. Oh, don't worry about it.
Now you check this out, right?
Look at the article.
Now notice, this article is telling you about Egypt, that they had diseases, sexual diseases, right? Now here's how they, now it was so pristine, how could you catch a sexually transmitted disease? Let's see what they made in Egypt. Go. An Egyptian linen sheet condom, 1000 BC. So when you understand this, if this was a pristine culture without any immorality, they wouldn't have to use their condoms. Okay? Real simple. Go.
Next slide.
Now, you see Shaka, right? He's for the black goddess, right? What's the difference between him and Daniela?
Yo, y'all blocking the side.
What's the difference? There's no difference. That's right.
Nefertari was a black woman. Come on, y'all. Nefertari was a black. But he didn't tell you, Moses and Nefertari, they were brother and sisters. He didn't say that part, little freak, did he? That's in part 2. Next slide. Did Egyptians kill a lie? Yes, the kings lie on their records. We'll get into that later. Go ahead, continue. Let's keep on going. This is human sacrifices. I brought this out. They're so focused on homosexuality in Egypt, they missed the whole presentation I did last year. Go ahead. Now, let me tell you, this is the Lady of Tapparet's funeral stela, and it tells you what she has to bring to bring Herakati as a sacrifice to make it into the netherworld. Now, if you look at it, the 2 pillars on the side of the lotus, and they represent, and they're holding up the balance, they're holding up the sky in balance, right? But what do you look at the sacrificial table? You see all the fruits and vegetables, but if you look to the right-hand pillar and the left-hand pillar at the bottom, one of the things that brought Ma'at or balance to the universe was the head, or the sacrificial head of Asiatics. If you look at the bottom, let's continue. This is how you got Ma'at. All right, here goes Akhenaten and his 2 children. You see the hands of a 10 coming down because they're actually coming to receive an offering, and then when they give the offering, they give it back as a ankh. They'll give you an ankh in favor of your offering, and it's put to the mouth or the nose, but those are his children. What Akhenaten has in his lap is called a kop knife. A kop knife is a sacrificial knife that doubles as a Ma'at knife. Let's go. All right, here goes the kop. It's also found on the cat that belongs to Tutmosis, the cat sarcophagus. And I want to tell you this. Guess what sarcophagus means? It's only found in Greeks in Egypt. Guess what a sarcophagus means? Flesh eater. Salt, flesh, sarcophagus, eater. The cat is Ra, the flesh will repeatedly kills a giant python with a knife, but chopping off his head. Continue, let's go to the next one. The chopped knife is a magical double blade that shapes the feather of Ma'at. He is sometimes depicted eating captive's head. Now, Ma'at is depicted eating captive's head. He is first seen on Harris papyrus, and he's known as the devourer of captives. These are their gods, but I want to show you, this is a kid's book. I'm getting this from a kid's book. Whoa. Go ahead to the next one. Who is the cat? The cat is the male manifestation of himself, of Ra himself. And he was called Mu'ah because of the speech of the God who said concerning him. Failure to answer the question correctly resulted to the soul being given to Amen, the devourer of the dead and the soul eater. This is the papyrus of Ani, the devourer of the dead and the soul eater. Listen to all their God's names. Come on, let's go. The papyrus of Nebseni reveals that the knife was usually a ritualistic kill children. Now, if you read the papyrus of Nebseni, it tells you about the children of rebellion, and if you scroll up, it tells you about the cotton knife that was used to cut them open. Let's go to the next one. All right, the Tri-State Medical, it tells you where the Egyptian cannibals and recent unearthing, there were found piles of ribs, flesh-scraped bones, showing where human teeth gnawed them. This is Professor Peachtree. This is Peachtree. Now read the article. All right, let's check this article. Let's go to the next one. All right, here goes Ramsey's wife, and here goes Offset. What does Offset have on her head? She has a vulture on her head. Now in Egypt, they tell you a vulture is a nurturing mother, which a vulture is. But that's the romanticism of Egypt, because what else does a vulture do? Eat dead body. Let's stop playing stupid. The other goddess is called Mu. If you look at the Mu and you look at the two double letter MT for Mu, you see a falcon and a penis. What is the falcon eating? What is the vulture eating? This is ignorance if you think about it. So let's go. But that little sash on her is a sacrificial blood, which is called the blood of Isis, which she links to a sacrificial when she holds her ankh, because the ankh is connected to the sacrifices. Go ahead, watch. Damn. Pyramid text. Who eats the entrails of even those who become with their bodies full of magic and islands? The Pharaoh of the Lord offering, the knot of the cord, who himself prepares his meals. Pharaoh, he who eats men and lives off of God. Let's go. I got 2 minutes. I got it. All right, pyramid text. I read this last year, and they said it was symbolic, but I'm going to show you it's not symbolic. Continue. It talks about the Lord is eating the throat, extracting the blood from the bodies. It is Shimzu who will cut them off for the Pharaoh and cooks the meal in his dinner pots. Shimzu. Shimzu is the god of the wine press. What do you do with the wine? You crush it and get the blood out the grape. Right? Let's go to Shimzu. Shimzu, the god of execution, slaughter, blood, oil, wine. He punishes the unrighteous by placing their heads in a wine press to remove the blood in a lasso of sinners. I didn't make this up, you fools. Let's go. Pyramid text. Lo, their bodies, I got you. Lo, their bodies and fathers buried. The ox is the possession of the surplus of the meal that's cooked. Y'all don't want to hear this. Watch this. Go ahead, next slide. Wallace E. Budge, right? This is Dr. Ben's daddy, right? The notion that by eating flesh or particularly drinking the blood of another living being, man absorbs his nature or life into his own hands. But the idea of hunting and roasting and eating the gods as described above is not common amongst the ancient nations. The main object of the dead king is doing this was to secure eternal life, which was particularly attributed to the gods. This is Wallace E. Budge. He's telling you about cannibalism in ancient Egypt. This is a picture of Menhez and Osiris riding on his back. You see the fire coming out of the head of the captains of the Shemitic people. I want you to look at that sign right there on the side. That's a determinative right there. Go to the determinative on the next page. Determinative over the dead people's body is fire, heat, and cook. You gotta learn this stuff yourself. This stuff is telling on itself. This is ignorance. If this is the foolishness we're following, I got 25 seconds. Let's go to the next slide. All right, John Henry Clark said, I could not and would not hurt a fly. Well, dang, he showed us strangling the hell out of this duck right here. Meneptah, the Egyptian pharaoh. This is a whole different pharaoh. Now, the other one was Ramses that liked to play with the penises. But it had inscribed on the walls of the temple of Karnak the story and amputation of a 13,000 fly lines of his enemies. Time, let's go.
same respect. Notice how the Kemetic people, brothers and sisters, let y'all get all that stuff out. And you didn't hear them screaming, you didn't hear them go crazy. Now, hold on.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. All right. Where's my king at King Simon? I need you to bring on polite.
Yo, peace, hotel, shalom.
Attention, please. Please. We need a moment of silence. Death is a very serious situation, all jokes aside. And we know we can't find none of these Hebrew bodies, but I caught several of them in that opening round. So let's pause for a special occasion. Come on. This calls for a special occasion.
Don't start yet.
Polite. Should have had a song.
I'm just saying that when you catch bodies, we gonna make sure we find the Hebrew bodies. We gonna put it in this goddamn casket. We gonna put that Hebrew body in the casket. Cause we can't find none of their fucking bodies. So today we leaving with a fucking Hebrew body. Put that damn casket there. We'll lay it down.
Loaded locks.
Let me show you how I body this information. Okay. I'm asking y'all to not talk while I'm doing what I do. Let me work, because it's not fair. My time is going down and y'all talking while I'm doing what I'm doing.
Don't start.
That's what we doing? That's what we doing?
Yo. Don't start the time. Don't start the time yet.
That's what we doing?
He trying to wait until the people quiet down, brother.
Let me have a few minutes. Let's get started, and that means let's give him an opportunity to present his side. And that means, and that also means I hope I saw the other side doing it to you, but try not to speak to them, speak to them. Okay? So give them the opportunity, brothers. You presented your case, let them present their case. Brother Polite. But give them the opportunity to explain. You laid it out. You did a good job.
Hey, yo, polite.
Brother, can you all see with this casket in the way?
Put the casket under the thing.
Put that down.
Just watch what happens. So I'm going to start this round off with this thing that they call an incest in Egypt. And what I'm going to show you is they be hating that they don't take the time to comprehend what they read. So we're going to read things nice and slow. And then, this is not even the rebuttal round. The rebuttal round actually comes after this. I'm just showing y'all something. How we can make this right on the spot. We sit back there, we listen, and we make our slides on the spot. Though they didn't want us to do that.
Wasn't supposed to do that, Polite.
I'm not saying it again. I wasn't supposed to do that, right? I'm not supposed to listen to an argument when I'm going to trial for, and then I can't even create a response. You hear this? So, inheritance per nunc pro tunc. What does nunc pro tunc mean? And Lord means now for then. Definition of nunc pro tunc: now for then. A phrase applied to acts allowed to be done after the time when they should be done, with a retroactive effect. What does this mean? Well, retroactive means taking effect from a date in the past. And law, you have something called a subset. which is synonymous with assumption. But then there's a thing called presumption. Now, what's the distinction amongst assumption and presumption? Well, with presumption, the assertion comes from an actual human being. And when a human being properly asserts himself, it creates policy. Thus, that policy renders an opportunity for one to make concessions to the decisions that you make. Now, they're going to say he uses these big words to trick you. These are the best words I can use to describe what I'm saying. But for those that may be slower, we're going to say it much slower with smaller words after this slide, so you can get what I'm saying. But there's no reason to dumb down the information for our people, because we are brilliant and intelligent people. So we go to the next slide. So remember, in law is non-pro-tum. Now for then, what happens is, here's an adoption of Nanufe by her husband, Nanufe. This is from the adoption papyrus. And we're looking at Alan H. Gardner. Year 1, 3rd month of summer. Day 20, under the majesty of the king up in Lower Egypt, Ramses. The 11th. On this day, proclamation of Amun of the shining forth of this noble God. He arising and shining forth and making offering to Amun. Thereupon Nanufe, my husband, made a writing for me, the musician of Seth Nanufe, and made me a daughter of his. Oh, listen, the husband made the wife a daughter of his, and wrote down for me all he possessed, having no son or daughter apart from myself. All profit that I have made with her, I will bequeath to it Nanufe, my wife, and if any, my own brothers or sisters arise to confront her at my death tomorrow, or thereafter, like non-pro-tum now for then, or thereafter and say, let my brother's share be given to me, before many and numerous witnesses, behold, I have made the bequest of Renufe, my wife, this day before Hoiru, my sister. Now what does this mean? In Kemet, if you come from a royal family, the inheritance can only go to your bloodline. So in order for a husband to be able to give his wife something, and she's not from his bloodline, what he would do is adopt his wife legally so she can inherit his belongings thereafter. But people that don't understand law read it and say, oh, the husband was married to his sister. Now y'all niggas gonna act like y'all don't claim children on your income taxes that don't belong to you? That's why we got this casket right here. Let's go to the next one. It be sounding good when they just be reading shit galore, right? Slow down, Speedy. Let's go to Lex right here. Let's hear what he got to say. Where's the volume at? Pause that real quick.
Drag it back, drag it back.
Where's the cable? We need the cable. Pause the time.
There you go. Plug it in. It should be good.
All right. Oh nah, I'm not mad at nothing you said in this video, bro. This is a scholarship right here.
You know what the Middle Bronze Age timeline is? You're talking about 1700 BC, which is Father Abraham, between 1700 and 1600 BCE.
Now, Lex says Abraham existed during Middle Bronze. 1700 BC. That's when Lex says Abraham existed, between 1700 BC or 1600 BC. Watch this video again. Watch the whole thing. Press it again, baby.
You know what the Middle Bronze Age timeline is? You're talking about 1700 BC, which is Father Abraham, between 1700 and 1600 BCE.
Now, Nasi will contradict Zion's date for Abraham.
That's what all the Hebrews say. Because my chronological order is Abraham is during the time of Kufu. And how I break it in, give me a date. I would say, let's say 2000 BC, 1900 BC.
So,
You're talking about 1700 BC.
now this is what I'm saying.
1700 and 1600 BCE.
You want to bring us to court, and you want to make accusations, right? But how the hell several members of their team got different dates for their accusations? What kind of court is that? Now, they may have disagreements with a number of things, but when you have a team debate about chronology, one of the things they brought us on trial for was chronology. Everybody on your team has to agree to the same date. We can't have 4 or 5 people with 4 or 5 different dates condemning us. But listen, it gets better. It gets better. So look, we got 300 years apart between the two of them. And you know why this happens? Because religious people believe in myths. And when you believe in myths, you have to indulge real people to establish your history. You don't see Kemet going in the Bible trying to find out if their Moses was Ramses. But they damn sure trying to find out if their Moses is our Ramses. We never have to go in their Bible trying to find out when we existed. Never happens. Oh, watch this. It is not over. Let's go to the next one.
This book becomes a testament that current Egyptologists have expanded the time BC by 800 erroneous
So now Nasi is saying that we have to push Kemet back at least 800 years. Why? Because he wants the myths to line up with real historical accounts. So this is what they do. They never add more years. They always subtract years so they can try to inject themselves in other people's history. So walk with me. So far, Lex and Nasi have a 300-year differential between when they believe Abraham existed. And now we also have to make sure we subtract 800 years. But this gets even more interesting, y'all. Let's go to the next one.
And that's how Abraham comes on the scene. Because Abraham is migrating from Semitic people and Hamitic people. Because during that time there was a king called Ur-Namu, which was one of the greatest kings.
According to this theory, would look like he's almost 500 years old. Oh, because he's in Sumeria and he's in Egypt, but in different time periods. And if we don't apply the 800-year theory to it, the time dates is still conflicted. But that's not it, y'all. Let's go to the next video.
You said Moses never existed, right? Okay. So there's a man, right, that was kicked out of Egypt, right? In the book, right, in the Bible, right? And he dealt with a slave, and he punished the foreman over the slave, right? This man named Moses, right? And he came back, right? And he took people out of Egypt, right? Are you looking for that man? Are you familiar with the salt papyrus 124? His name is Meshi, and the salt papyrus 24, who left and put a foreman to death over the slave.
Now, I dare anybody on their team to use his scholarship where Abraham existed during Khufu's period, right? At 1900 or 2000 BC. And I also dare them to contend that Abraham existed in Sumeria during the time of King Ur-Numu. And I also dare him right now, he just said Moses is Amen-Meses. Why is this important? Because according to the Bible, the distance between Moses and Abraham would be no more than 420 to 430 years. Walk with me on this. Anybody that deals with any conventional biblical history would tell you the difference between Abraham and Moses is 420 to 430 years. Now, why is this important? Because if Nasi says that Abraham existed during the time of Khufu, that would put us, let's give him the ladder, 1900 BC. But if Moses is Amen-Meses, who is the son of Merenptah, then we're in the 19th dynasty. And that creates a situation where Abraham, the distance between Abraham and Moses will have to be 1,397 years. But the Bible says 420 to 430 between Abraham and Moses. Let's go to the next slide. So what I'm telling you is, it sounds good when they say, hey, this person's stories line up with this story, and this person's story lines up with this story. But when you start plugging in the dates, and you start plugging in the time, guess what happens? You come to find 1,397 year difference. Contradicts the Bible. The Bible says don't add to it, don't take from it. Yet, you now see damn near 1,000 years difference from his chronology. And you see this white boy right here, Dr. Floyd Nolan Jones chronology. He started off, he made Abraham stay in the 1900s. But guess what he did? Oh, you saying Kemet on trial, right? Let me explain this to you again. No, stop. Let me explain this to you. How the hell This man, don't you know if he makes Moses aiming messes, don't you know that he made the Israelites come before Israel? Have you heard of the Meripatah Stela? They say that that's where it says Israel. How the hell could Meripatah's son be Moses? And Meripatah has the Stela that they say is Israel. You see, we gotta really think about what he said. And I'm not gonna pretend like y'all don't understand that we cannot be on trial about our dates if y'all are not even sure about your damn dates. You can't take people to court about shit you don't understand. I'm gonna end it on this note because my man is about to catch wreck. Play this brother right here. Listen to him. And listen to him good.
One thing I'll give Dr. Ben credit for is this thing that he said.
Started from the beginning.
Okay, listen to this.
See, one thing I'll give Dr. Ben credit for is this thing that he said. Dr. Ben said, and I quote, "I don't respect any Egyptologist who goes into Egypt in thought and attempts to give you an interpretation of Egyptians in Kemet's doctrine without having any field work in Kemet." So, contrary to what y'all may think, y'all may look at Politis and be moved by the scholarship and be moved by the language, but he has no field work. I'm going to say it again. So, contrary to what y'all may think, y'all may look at Politis and be moved by the scholarship and be moved by the language, but he has no field work.
Now, I would like to ask Lex, did he ever go to Israel? But you know what? I'm not even going to do that to you. I know you did, bro. But you quote Dr. Ben and said Dr. Ben made a point. He don't want you in Egypt mentally. He wants you to do the field work. Go to the next slide. Yeah, Kemet's on trial, but if you say shit, oh, this is Dr. Ben giving me blessings to go somewhere. Watch this one. I'm the best at this. How you gonna put Kemet on trial and you yourself don't go to the scene of the fucking crime? This was on the 22nd, this video was posted. Look at me, look what I was doing on the 22nd. Hey, that's my brother here. That's my brother here. Hold on. That's my wife. Hold on. This is a long trip, he was sleeping.
Sitting on me for not going to Egypt when you never went to Israel.
discovered. In certain places they have found only a thumb, a foot. The bodies have not been found. There's not so much body within these pharaohs that have been found. I think maybe 5 or 6.
Okay, so Kabal says there's only 5 or 6 bodies, or a foot, or a numb, whatever the hell that is. Go to the slide, go to the next one. And I'll see the 6 bodies you say there only is, and I'll raise you 12 plus. And this is Hatshepsut in the room 56 with the last row, in the middle. He said there's only 6 bodies. So I made sure on my trip to Kemet, I proved. I showed and I proved. And that's Thutmose III, her nephew. And that's me right there. Let's go. And it don't stop. We can find the bodies of our ancestors. Thutmose the first. I'm gonna let my brother John rock out. But no, there's 12 bodies on this list. We'll put it on YouTube. I'm gonna let him rock out. Oh yeah, that's Akhenaten's body. And we also had Queen Ta's body. And we also had King Satan's first body. We also had Mary Pata's body. Not no damn foot or no.
Yeah. And I know y'all noticed Brother Polite was in pyramids all by himself. How he do that? Hold on. We're gonna show y'all something. Because we were working together on this one.